1 hour of focused study today could change where you live, what you drive, and who you become 10 years from now. So why aren't you opening the book? There is something nobody tells you when you are sitting at that desk, staring at that screen, feeling like none of this is working. There is a hidden turning point in every person's education, a single moment where everything shifts. And by the end of this, you are going to know exactly what that moment is and how to find it for yourself. But first, I need to tell you about a young man who almost threw it all away. His name was Jordan, 20 years old, community college, night shift at a gas station 3 nights a week. He would come home at 2 a.m., backpack by the door, textbook unopened on the kitchen table. Every night, the same excuse. Too tired, too stressed, too behind to catch up anyway. His GPA was falling. His financial aid was at risk. His mother had worked 2 jobs for 3 years to help him get there. And one night, after a particularly brutal shift, he sat down at that kitchen table, not to study, but to write a withdrawal letter. He was done. He had convinced himself he was not built for this. But before he finished writing it, he picked up his phone and found a video, a short clip of a commencement speech at a university he had always dreamed of attending. The speaker said one line that stopped him completely. He said, "The people sitting in these seats today are not the smartest people who ever wanted to be here. They are simply the ones who refused to leave." Jordan put the pen down. He opened the textbook, not because he felt motivated, not because he suddenly believed in himself, but because that one sentence made him realize the only thing standing between him and where he wanted to be was his willingness to stay in the room. 4 years later, Jordan walked across the stage with a degree in electrical engineering. His mother was in the front row. What Jordan discovered that night is not just a feel-good story. It is a blueprint. And I am going to break it down for you right now. The reason most people struggle to study is not laziness. Let me say that again. It is not laziness. It is disconnection. They have lost the thread between what they are studying right now and why it matters to their life. The biology textbook feels meaningless when you cannot see the doctor you are becoming. The accounting homework feels pointless when you cannot feel the financial freedom waiting on the other side. The law cases feel endless when you cannot picture yourself in the courtroom. When you lose the why, the how becomes impossible. And the world is designed to exploit that disconnection. Your phone knows when you are bored. Your feed knows when you are stressed. Every app, every notification, every scroll is engineered by billion-dollar companies to pull you away from the one thing that could actually change your life: your education. And most people never even realize they are in a war. They think they are just procrastinating. They think they are just distracted. They think they are just not a studying type of person. There is no such thing as a person who is not built for studying. There are only people who have not yet found a reason strong enough to fight for it. Here is what the highest performing students in the world understand that nobody else does. It is not about the hours you put in. It is about what you bring into those hours. Every single person who has ever built a life they are proud of had a chapter that looked exactly like yours. The late nights, the self-doubt, the feeling that everyone else has it figured out and you are the only one drowning. Let me tell you about Priya, first-generation college student. Parents immigrated from India with nothing. She was studying pre-med while working weekends at a pharmacy. She failed her first 2 chemistry exams. Not barely failed, failed. She sat in her car after the second one and cried for 20 minutes. Then she did something that changed everything. She stopped studying harder and started studying smarter. She found out how she actually learned, not how her classmates learned, not how the professor suggested, how she specifically absorbed and retained information. For Priya, it was teaching it back to herself out loud. Walking around her apartment, explaining concepts to the wall like she was the professor. Sounds crazy. It worked. She passed the third exam, then the fourth. She graduated with honors. She is currently in her second year of medical school. The lesson is not study more. The lesson is know yourself well enough to study right. Because one focused hour, one truly present, intentional, distraction-free hour is worth more than 5 hours of half-attention studying with your phone face up on the desk. Quality destroys quantity every single time. I need you to feel the weight of what I'm about to say. Because this next part is the part most people never hear. Your education is not just about a degree. It is not just about a job. It is about the trajectory of your entire life. Every generation in your family that struggled, they struggled so that you could have access to this moment, to this desk, to this textbook, to this chance. And I know it does not feel like a chance right now. It feels like a burden. It feels heavy and endless and thankless. But I need you to zoom out, because somewhere right now there is a 16-year-old in a country with no access to the education you are sitting in front of, who would trade everything they have for 1 hour in your chair. You have something people are dying for, and you are debating whether to open the book. Think about the version of your life on the other side of this degree, on the other side of this certification, on the other side of passing this exam. Think about the doors that open, the salary that changes, the neighborhood you can afford to live in, the example you set for everyone watching you. Think about the first person in your family who gets to say, "We made it. We changed the trajectory. We broke the cycle." That person could be you. But only if you stay in the room, only if you open the book, only if you decide tonight that your future is worth more than your comfort. There is one more thing Jordan told me after he graduated. Something he wished someone had said to him on that night he almost quit. And it is the most important thing in all of this. He said, "I thought studying was something I was supposed to endure. I did not understand that it was something I was supposed to use. Every page you read is a weapon. Every concept you master is armor. Every exam you pass is a door that closes behind you, making it harder for the world to put you back where it found you. You are not just learning information. You are building the version of yourself that cannot be ignored. The version that walks into the room and commands it. The version that knows their worth because they paid for it. In early mornings, in late nights, in sacrificed weekends, in every moment they chose growth over ease. Nobody can take that from you. A flood can take your house. A recession can take your job. Life can take so many things. But what you build inside your mind, what you learn, what you master, what you earn through effort, that belongs to you forever. So tonight, when the bed is calling and the phone is glowing and every part of you wants to do anything but study, remember why you started. Remember who is watching. Remember the life that is waiting. And open the book. This is your moment. Not when you feel ready. Not when life slows down. Not when things get easier. Right now, tonight, close every distraction. Put the phone face down. Open what you have been avoiding. Give it 1 hour, one real, locked in, fully present hour. Because that 1 hour, compounded over weeks, over months, over years, becomes the life you always imagined living. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not too tired. You are exactly where you need to be. Standing at the beginning of everything. Now open the book and let's get to work.